Good evening and welcome to round number 15 of 16 in the 2025 GPVWC Superlights season. And although the driver's title may have been wrapped up last time in Singapore, boy oh boy, have we got a scorcher for you today, because of course, the constructors, it's still wide open, and we are at the track that is the traditional season ender, but due to reasons that can only be described as utter woke nonsense, we're here for the penultimate round. That is right, it is the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, best known to you or I as Sao Paulo, 59 laps away at us around this 4.3 kilometer circuit tonight, and let's see what the twists and turns of Interlagos have in store for us this evening. With Remco de Zeeuw on the cameras for us this evening, you join myself, Ross McIntyre, and a happy belated birthday to Carlos Martin alongside me. Carlos, how are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good. Another race here on Tuesday night. Can't wait really for all that the qualifying is waiting for us, all the different setuping and strategy that we can see here tonight. Very interesting tire choice with C3, C2, C1 in a traditional track where there is a lot of slow corners, not too many fast ones. So very likely to 99% of the field will go for a one-stop strategy. And yeah, Brazil is such a different kind of technical track that you can work with lower downforce, you can work with higher downforce. So we will see what the teams actually went for.
Of different options setup wise around this place, similar to Spa, but actually it's very similar to Spa on paper, just thinking about it, because you've got that first and third sector as just basically flat out with a couple of corners thrown in as suggestions, and in quite a tight and twisty middle part of the racetrack. We are now getting our first qualifying laps underway, and we're on board with David Feidock, who a little bit of a slide there through turn 4, but did send me a message earlier on tonight. He's feeling very, very confident coming into this evening, but fastest sector 1 goes the way of Jose Soriano as David
Is
Feidock.
the engine running?
I
Oh
don't
no!
know.
You cursed him!
Wow.
You cursed him!
I did. Oh, David, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Wow.
I've killed a man's hopes and dreams. Oh, God. Jose Soriano's gone quickest in sector number 1. Goes quickest in sector number 2 as well. Oh,
Yes, sector
David.
2 was bad from Jose. It was
Was it?
half a
Oh, no, it
second
was.
off.
It was your cab who was quickest, actually. Of course, your cab taking the win last time out in Singapore. Let's see if we can get another pole, but another win. But Jose Soriano, though, your 2025 Superlights champion, crosses the line to go P2 as Patrick Magnussen slides up in front of him before your cab does take that pole position spot provisionally by about 2 and a bit tenths of a second. Soltero Smith also up. That's a very strong lap there from Harry Smith. Amari Watson fastest in the final sector. Okay. Now we've got some spice in our hands. A great lap there from the KV86 powerhouse driver. Still waiting for a few drivers to join the session from the R&D test. Still waiting for a few to get to the end of their opening laps. And unfortunately, we've already lost David Fidok. Didn't even make it around half the track, as that's Giuseppe Saracino without a front ring as well. But it'll bring it back into the pit lane and be able to repair that one. So, interesting start there early doors as Lucas Murno, the Brazilian, will be looking for a strong performance on home soil this evening. It's a 107.973 to chase early doors in qualifying. It's purple in sector 1, but only by 0.02 of a second, Carlos. What can we expect the pole position time to be around here tonight?
I think 7.776 should be quite doable for all these drivers. All of them seem to be doing some mistakes here and there. We have seen a 0.6 as the best one for sector 1, a 0.0 for sector 2, and a 0.9 for sector 3. So that more or less makes a 7.7, as we see Murno topping the charts right now for a 7.925 with with some room of improvement for the Brazilian driver who is racing in his home Grand Prix tonight. As we see, oh, David Fidok went out of the pits, even though he completely battered the car. So, well, that means that he will take a back of the grid penalty for the next Grand Prix in exchange of trying to qualify tonight, as he goes P3 provisionally. That's an interesting decision.
Well, again, I said it earlier, the double Super League champion feeling really confident heading into tonight. He's had 2 P6s on his return to Superlights after missing most of the season. But he's coming tonight in that Luna car. Said to me earlier, feeling really, really fast. The car feels comfortable. He feels confident. He's just had a good day in general. The vibes were there. I think he's had that accident after I commentator cursed him earlier on. He's had that incident and sat and looked at it and gone, look, it's either I start from the back of the grid here, because I've crashed out before I've even got a lap in, or I start from the back of the grid in Abu Dhabi. This might be the best opportunity for me to get back onto the top step of the podium over the final 2 rounds this year. Maybe I may as well go for it on this occasion. Philip Pushka slots it into 4th place. There is Robin Merling bringing the car down into the pit lane. Saracino now quickest in sector 1 by 0.07 of a second. It's all very tight as he gets all a little bit too squirrely on the run through the middle sector there. And I think that lap time will be in the bin. So a bit of a shame there for Saracino. As you can see, 0.9 down through the middle sector. Not great, unfortunately. It's really, really tough through that part of the racetrack. Bico to Pato turn 10 as he comes across the line. Will improve to P16. But still not great. Norbert Jakab, though, what a lap that the Hungarian is on. That is really, really strong through the middle sector. And it's DRS in the shortest run to the line. How far ahead does he go of his teammate? 0.2 for Norbert Jakab, who late in the year has suddenly come alive. Harry Smith, 2 personal best sectors as he comes in with the DRS. Again, shortest run to the line that you can possibly take. Where does Smith go? Up to 3rd with a purple in the final sector as well. It's very early doors here, still in qualifying. 8 minutes and 40 left on the clock, but people improving, people finding time everywhere they go. Amari Watson will surely be abandoning this one, and indeed he does, as nobody else really looks to be on an improvement right now. Mike Quint, his teammates up in P4 after hitting escape back to the pit lane, but he has rejoined the circuit in this session. So again, it will be a back of grid penalty for David Fidok in the next Superlights race that he enters. That could be Abu Dhabi, that could be 5 years down the line. Who knows, quite frankly. Quint, though, coming out of the final corner there at Zeeuw, or basically the final corner, because let's be honest, turns 13 and 14 and 15, they're just suggestions really, rather than fierce competition through there. Crosses the line, Mike Quint goes to P12. So early doors here, Carlos, similar to what we saw last time in Singapore. Your cab, Murno, the True North cars looking really, really fast.
Yeah, they look really fast, and we'll see if every single driver seems to put the lap together. They're still a bit off from the lap times they were doing in the practice session. So it will be interesting to see if everyone is able to put the lap together. Turns 6 and 7 are really difficult corners where the car bottoms out and you lose a lot of downforce. And we see now Mateusz Majka struggling a bit right now in sector 2 and 1. Currently in P22, and we'll see where he closes the lap. He should be in front of Zeeuw. And yeah, he does. He is P6 for the moment. Really nice sector 3, where it seems that the True North are losing time compared to the rest of the field.
That's a huge lap there from Majka into P6 with a monster final sector. As you said though, Carlos, I think that the True North guys may have set the ride up, so it's maybe a little bit down on straight line speed compared to the others around there on the grid. Of course, race here last year won by Jan Dragoon for Drake Racing, who did compete for True North for the early part of this season before unfortunately dipping away and giving way to the Brazilian Lucas Murno. Let's see if Drake Racing can maybe repeat that performance. They've got Tom van der Voort and Philip Pushka at the wheel tonight. Maxime Beaulieu back in the Fusion Racing machine after spending what seems like months drinking Superbock. All joking aside, great to have Maxime back with us once again, and slotted into P14 as well. Nice little lap time there as we get to 6 minutes left on the clock here in Sao Paulo. Again, Drivers' Championship, if you are just joining us, done and dusted. It is the man who currently sits in P7, Jose Soriano. He is your 2025 GPVWC Superlights Champion. But the Team Championship is hotting up, and I've done it again because I was just talking about how this man's won the title. Jose Soriano's got no rear wing, 3 wheels on the wagon, and he's going to try and make it back to pit lane, Carlos.
Wow, yeah, you are 2 out of 2 tonight, Ross. But yeah, if Jose makes it back to the pit lane, he will have an extra attempt. As we can see, it looks like the engine is okay, and as soon as needs to take it easy. The important thing now is just do the 2 corners that you need to do. You mentioned 13 and 14 were not really corners. I dare you to say that again in that car conditions, or even in the wet conditions. So we see Harry Smith trying to close the lap, and he doesn't improve by 8 thousandths, but he has potential to improve maybe up to P2, I would say. And then we'll see how the last attempt goes for everyone else.
Well, it's all to play for in the last 4 minutes and 36 seconds here at the penultimate round of the 2025 GPVWC season. Luke Mitchell, that looks to be coming into the pit lane, I believe. No, he's heading out. My apologies there. So Mitchell will have time, I believe, for 2 attempts if he's fast. So maybe that's why getting aggressive for Kings Racing down to 28. That's not quite the Luke Mitchell that we're used to seeing. He's normally a bit further up in the pack, and took his first podium a couple of rounds ago in Mexico City. Philip Pushka, P8 for the German. He'll be looking to improve as well. He's up on this lap and not far away from sector best through sector 1. Coming into Zeeuw, sector 2, a little bit down, but it is still a personal best. Could be looking to maybe jump Soriano, potentially jump Majka as well. I think Soltero a little bit too far ahead. In fact, he's going to abandon the lap. He's not happy with something early doors through sector number 3. He will have time to go again, though. Majka now. What can he do? It was down in sector 1, up in sector 2. He's going to come in as well. DRS stays closed. So everybody choosing to abandon these laps and go once again, as that's a great line through there. Your cab is ever so slightly down in sector number 1. He's already got a 2/10 advantage across the entire rest of the field, and Polbert could be on once again here for the second race in a row, but we'll have to wait and see. It's down ever so slightly in the middle sector as well. Does Jakab abandon this lap? I believe he will, as they come in. Almost got everybody out there on the grid. Now, Ruven Machete's joined in the nick of time, I've just seen. So Machete will have the opportunity to go out and do one lap. Again, the R&D test, people were running it a little bit tight this evening. Machete will have time for one timed lap. What can the German do jumping in? Can he produce an absolute miracle? We'll have to wait and see. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this, Carlos. Can you see anybody stopping Norbert Jakab?
Well, there are a lot of drivers improving. We can see Murno improving. We can see Luke Mitchell improving. Although clipping there the curb on the inside is not the ideal for the first corner of Sector 3. And there is a lot of drivers improving. We will see if that's enough to actually beat Norbert. I think he has it. But we see Luke Mitchell progressing to P10 right now. And we see Oscar Soltero going up to P2 just by 1,000 over Lucas Murno. So it will be important for Lucas to actually go now down to the pits and try to improve the lap time. And he has enough time to do an outlap and to start all over again. It will not be the case for the Spanish driver. Everyone will start their last attempts now. I don't see right now anyone on any interesting lap yet, so we will see very soon.
Have to wait and see. Ragozza, if he can cool that set of tyres down after that spin, he will get one more go.
If he has,
he's not going to have the time to. He's not going to have the time to come in and box for a fresh set of rubber. It is. I think it's probably actually the shortest lap of the season in terms of lap time. A 107.7 is the current fastest time in this session. Micah is down, but has time to go again if he wants to do 2 push laps in the King's Racing machine. So we'll wait and see. There is 1 minute left on the clock in the second to last qualifying session of 2025. Here at GPVWC, Mike Quint has lost it in the exact same place as his teammate did earlier on, and he's done the exact same thing. The Lunark is in the barriers, and that is his session over. Mike Quint will not improve. He'll hope that no one gets through him. It could be P15. It could be further down. We'll move elsewhere. Giuseppe Saracino looking pretty tasty through sector number 2 for the TTF driver. Can he move up any places? As Patrick Magnussen is running well. Soriano's gone purple in sector 1 as well. The reigning champ may be looking to kickstart his victory parade with a pole position. It's no improvement there for that last drive we just saw. Here comes Soriano, though, coming to the middle sector. Look at how hard the Spaniard is pushing. The car moving everywhere underneath him as he heads through this long and sweeping left-hander before Yunsao. Checkered flag waves. He's nearly 3/10 down in the middle sector, but we know the true north is not great through the final sector. So could there be something in it for Jose Soriano as he comes all the way to the line? The Spaniard will be second by nearly 0.2 of a second. Harry Smith, though, in the other Netrex car, can he find something? Can the Englishman make it his first pole position of the season and do what his teammate can't? It's yellow in sector 2, 3.5 tenths down on Jakab's time. What's he got in the final sector? Murno does not improve. It'll be only one true north on the front row, but will he be starting from pole? Will it be starting from second? And it looks like Harry Smith, despite purples in sectors 1 and 3, does not improve. Daniel Scott abandons that lap as well in that rookie Monsters machine with the special livery on it this evening, paying tribute to a Vodafone McIntyre Mercedes from back in the day of 15 years ago and all of that.
But it's blue.
Yeah, but they couldn't do it chrome, could they? Or they're getting cease and desist letter from Vodafone and Ron Dennis, probably. But still, that is qualifying done. And for the second time in a row, it's Polbert, baby. Norbert Jakab has once again shown us how it's done in qualifying and takes pole position ahead of your 2025 champion, Jose Soriano. Oscar Soltero, the Spaniard, starts in P3 with Lucas Murno at his home race. He can only manage P4. He'll be disappointed with that one. Harry Smith is 5th, with David Fidok After crashing and escaping back into the pit lane, he starts from P6. That means the next Superlights race he enters, he will be starting from the back of the grid. Mateusz Majka is P7. Great lap from him there on his standard for Kings Racing this evening, with Filip Puszka in P8. Zolciuks is 9th. And the Polish driver, David Krupa, he rounds out our top 10 drivers here this evening. Further down the grid, Amari Watson, a solid 11th place for KV86 Powerhouse, with Luke Mitchell, who'll be disappointed with that P12. Patrick Magnussen is 13th. With Agustin Canapino, the former IndyCar driver, can only manage 14th place. Federico Russo is 15th, with Mike Quint alongside. Row number 9, Ruven Machedi, who only did the one lap in this session, a lowly 17th for the German, with Maxime Bulio in P18. Giuseppe Saracino is 19th. Mirko Lucchini rounds out our top 20 drivers. And then finally, last but not least, we've only got 29 in the server at the moment. We're hoping to get that one extra driver. It's Chris Gitzoff in 21st. Robin Merling is 22nd. Tom Fantafor is 23rd, with Daniel Scott in P24. Cas Rietveld starts 25th for Brem GP, with Alexander Agota in 26th. His teammate Michelle Gauker is 27th. Victor Pauly is 28th, and James Knox in the Fusion car did not set a lap time. That's how we're looking then for our qualifying at the end of that one. So before we get going into the warm-up here, Carlos, very, very interesting stuff, and especially at the top as well. Norbert Cab looking really quick.
Yes, they look really quick, and it will be interesting to see now what approaches for the race can be done. This is the hardest tire selection we have had this year, alongside Silverstone, alongside Japan. And I don't think the tire wear is any higher than what it can be Japan. And we saw a soft medium by them. We saw a soft hard, if I remember correctly, in Silverstone. So I will take my money. That's the two strategies to go for tonight. Will be interesting. We have seen a huge delta of top speed between Norbert Jacapa and Jose Soriano, Oscar Soltero, and Harry Smith. Also for Lucas Murno having lower top speed, which is understandable. They have the same or similar setups between True North. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see all this, as we see actually both cars being very close to each other right now. And if you really want to overtake, we will miss the action because Soriano is heading into the pits. But tonight, our car to highlight is KV86, and we should speak about them. For tonight, we have two drivers who have made the season, which is Patrick Magnusson and Omari Watson. It's one of the debutants teams from this year in Superlights. They have done a really good job, I would say, in terms of development. They are in the higher end of the developing part of the car. They are not very far from the top end of it, so I would say they're doing a great job. And standing wise, they have had a bit of less luck, I would say. They always showed very promising pace, but they were not able to capitalize. They are in the fight for P9 in the constructors, unless they get the really great results. I think their maximum is P9 and their bottom would be P12. So yeah, they are fighting with Team Rookie Monsters, Alpha Delta, and PCCW Racing Team. So this would be what they are fighting for. Their best result this season, it's actually it's a P6 from Magnusson in the last Grand Prix in Singapore after all the penalties were out. We cannot forget on the leading laps Patrick had in Monza in the wet, and then slowly fading away. So the potential is there for both drivers. Also Mari more consistent than Patrick, also achieving a P7 during the whole way. So I think that's a really promising results for debutant drivers in Superlights, for Omari, Patrick, and also for the team. So they somehow understood well the system with fewer resources they had compared to other teams like True North, who has been in the division for more years. But yeah, they have been doing a great job in development, and with a bit more luck, I think they will climb up the standings as well.
Absolutely. I mean, they're a team that's had so much success in such a short space of time. They first entered GPV back in 2023. 2024, they only went and did one damn FS2, you know, with Patrikur and Noah Tuamela for most of the season. In that one, Patrikur took, I believe, it was 7 wins off the top of my head across the year. And yeah, not bad going that at all. And then this year as well, again, they had Noah in for the first 3 races alongside Patrikur. Then they had Mika Hakimi in for a couple of races. Then there was Michael Falkenhayn, Brody. Oh, no, wait, sorry, we can't talk about him. He's banned. Then we had Amari Watson jumping in, making the leap from Formula Sprint. And, you know, settling like a duck to water, the unk of GPVWC has still got it. And maybe tonight is the night where it happens. Maybe tonight is the night where Amari Watson takes a race win. Who knows? It's Brazil. Anything can happen. It's chaos out there. It's, you know, Ayrton Senna, Rio de Janeiro. Scream if you love Brazil. Wow, you xenophobic, horrible people. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, no, I do love KV86. I think they're a really good squad. Patrikur as well, I think, is a driver that has a lot of potential to go very, very far. The raw pace is there. Needs a lot of work on tyre management. Needs a lot of work on just reining it in a little bit sometimes, because he likes to get the elbows out, but he gets them out a little bit too early, and when he gets them out, he just smashes people in the face and annoys them. He needs to rein it in a little bit. The Icelandic driver, I think, absolutely, in the next 2 or 3 years, will really develop and become one of the top talents that we see in GPVWC. So keep your eyes peeled on KV86 Powerhouse. And again, if history is anything to go by, next year could be a very, very strong year for this squad in GPVWC Superlights. If you are just joining us, hello and welcome to the penultimate round of the 2025 SL2 season. We're here in Interlagos, Sao Paulo, Brazil, for what is sure to be one absolute barnstormer of a race. We've got 59 laps awaiting us, 4.3 kilometers this place, one of the quickest laps of the entire season, and it's normally chaos. It's also, again, normally the final round of the season, but somebody decided that they hate tradition and fun, and instead we're going to Abu Dhabi instead. But still, it's myself, Ross McIntyre, Carlos Martin alongside me, bringing you the ride here tonight. No, you don't.
I do.
Don't buy into the propaganda.
No,
you don't,
propaganda.
Carlos.
No. There's no propaganda. The track is after the changes they did on the track. It's such a joy to drive Abu Dhabi. It is amazing. They got rid of the bad corners. They just made them interesting, fast, in the night as well. Nah. I think, you know, when you are like all these old rock head that you overvalue, I would say, so much the past and so on, you think, oh yes, Brazil is so good. As a circuit to drive, and the only thing is they provide good racing because it rains from time to time. They get crazy and nobody knows how to do a call. They just get Ferrari on the box strategist and that's it.
Yeah, but it's history. No. Oh, shut up. I don't like you anymore. It's such a brilliant racetrack. How could you not like it? The middle sector's so fun.
I'll tell you something about great racing. I think, ironically, it will be quite hard to overtake on this track. It's pretty surprising, and I'm not trolling here. Actual technical speaking here. It's fairly difficult to overtake here. It's not that easy. The fact that it's when you are steering all the time through the flat out corners 13, 14, it reduces the slipstream quite a lot, and at the end it ends up being a very difficult track to overtake, and you need to apply a big amount of push to pass to actually pull the moves. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect in terms of action. I expect chaos in turn 1. A lot of chaos.
Yeah, that's pretty fair to say. The Senna S is not the easiest of turn ones that we have on the calendar, to put it politely. It gets pretty tricky down that part of the racetrack. And it's very easy to just sweep in, not see someone on your inside, clobber them. Max Verstappen, Esteban Ocon, then you're having a fist fight in the paddock, and everyone's having a cry because they're all upset because, all that rubbish. Anyway, yeah, I think I agree. It's going to be pretty chaotic, I think, but I think we're going to get some great racing, and there is still the team's championship up for grabs as well. Netrex GP head into this race with a 30-point advantage over True North Motorsport. If that gap is 46 points come the end of this race, then they do crown themselves champions in 2025. True North, though, a very strong qualifying for both of the cars, looking pretty tasty. Last time out, it was a 1-2 for the team, the first 1-2 that they've ever had. In fact, that's a complete lie. It wasn't a 1-2 because somebody else was in second. It was Philip Pushka, wasn't it? But it was a really good race from them. That's what I meant. It was a 1-2. Was there a penalty post-race for someone? I swear it was a 1-2. Carlos, am I dumb? Or I might be dumb.
Do you need me to answer that? Really?
Yeah, that's true. Hang on, I'm going to find the DC decisions. You can tell how well prepared we've been here. SL2 round, yeah, DC decisions. Was there a penalty? I didn't actually see.
There was penalties for Murno, but it was like for the actual race.
1.5 second time penalty.
Yes.
Oh, that is woke. Absolute woke nonsense.
And then that's how the rules work when the track limits are manual. But there was no, as far as I know, no position grid penalties, as far as I can remember. But yeah, some positions changed. Murno lost P2. He went down to P4. And Fidok also lost some positions, and I think Luke Mitchell as well, but can't remember how many were those. But yeah, well, let's see how it evolves today. It seems like the pace is going to be in the low 11s. That screams, a lot of saving, I would say.
We're used to saving here in GPVWC Superlights, saving your evenings with excellent entertainment and fantastic racing. Yeah, that's right, we're the best in the world, or something along those lines. Anyway, we've been told the Rookie Monsters car is blue instead of Vodafone red, as that is the Rookie Monsters colours. It is a tribute to McLaren, but with our palette, same reason why the driver numbers are still in their usual identifying colours, because it actually is chrome. I'm just blind. Thank you, Vincent Gutt, for alerting me to me being an absolute fool. And actually, I know you're still watching, Vincent. Yeah, change the rules. Change the rules. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Robin Merling on board there. You can see that's very, very chrome, that one. So there you are. Anyway, though, checkered flag is out in this one. I still believe we are missing somebody. Yeah, we're only on 29 in the server, so we'll try and figure out who we're missing. I think it may be. Is it one of the Brem GP cars? No, Oscar Soltero is in third. Who's the other one that we're missing then?
Kaz, it should be there. At least I saw him before. I'm counting now. Is it Kaz? Maybe no, Kaz is there.
No, Kaz is there. This is how well we work as a commentary team. We just kind of like, I've got no idea what's going on. It's brilliant.
We will figure out. No, I think.
Yeah, you must forgive myself and Carlos.
I see two fusions. I see two alpha deltas. Well, I think it's an Alpha Sierra. Might be.
Oh, it could be. No, Ballie's there. No, they're both.
No, they're both in. Yeah.
Let's play the game. £10.
Yeah, it's Remco. I knew Remco is not racing. That's why.
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
someone is missing. No,
yeah, because Remco did use on the cameras tonight. That's why are we that stupid?
No,
yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
We're just flaming Remco because it's the thing to do. I think.
Yeah, this is our bit for this evening, is that we just decided we don't like Remco on the cameras and we want Fabian
we should
back,
call
so
him
we're just gonna...
Vincent de Zeeuw.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Well, I'm gonna still try and figure out who we're missing anyway, because it's gonna really
He's
annoy me if I
Belgian
don't
now
figure it out.
instead of Dutch.
The worst punishment of all time. You have now become
actually,
Belgian.
Dutch people hate more Danish people, I think, right?
Really?
So yeah, I think no. Is it Belgian? I'm not sure. I know there is.
Oh, I figured out who it is. It's Wesley Stefano for PZZW that's not here. There we go.
But Wesley is reserve, so it's
Yeah, but
it should
someone
be
else was-
Canapino,
yeah.
no? Yeah, the other Canapino brother.
Yeah. It's Matthias is not here. Okay,
Let's
well,
go
that's...
down the grid. It's a short lap.
Let's do the grid. Yeah, let's do the grid. We're on the formation lap. Here we go. Race number 15. It's Norbert, your cab. Polbert again. Jose Soriano, your 2025 champ, starts alongside Oscar Soltero in P3. And hometown hero, can he produce that magic? It's Lucas Murno from 4th. Row 3. Harry Smith and David Feidock, after crashing out of qualifying and rejoining the session. Matthews Maiker is P7 and Philip Puschka, the German, starts in P8. P9 is Zolt Schutz with David Krupa in P10. Amari Watson is 11th with Luke Mitchell completing row number 6 for Kings Racing. A little bit further down, we see Patrick Magnussen in P13. Augustin Canapino starts in 14th place. Federico Russo is 15th with Mike Quint in P16 for Lunark. A little bit of a disappointing qualifying by Quint standards there. Ruben Machete, after only one attempt, is 17th alongside Maxime Bulio. Giuseppe Saracino is 19th. Mirko Lucchini starts in P20. P21 is Chris Gitzoff with Robin Merling in 22nd. Tom Fantavor is 23rd. And Daniel Scott starts in 24th place. That's not the Rookie Monsters car, by the way, on the graphics. Cass Rebound is 25th with Alexander Ricota 26th. Michelle Gauker is 27th. Victor Borley starts in 28th. And then solely at the back, it is James Knox for Fusion, who did not set a time. Outside of the top 15, everybody, apart from Cass Rietveld and Tom van der Voort, starting on the mediums or the hards. Everyone else on the soft compound attire. Carlos, any last-minute predictions?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Jakob is going to win tonight.
It's going to be Polbert to win, but for the second time in a row, according to Carlos Martin, and you can trust him because he races in Super League. You can't trust my predictions because I just sit around and talk about things and get them wrong. Anyway, our drivers are coming now into position, and we are getting ready for the penultimate race of the season here in Sao Paulo, a track that is steeped in history. Who's going to be next to add their name to the winners list? Norbert Jakob looking to make it 2 wins on the bounce. It is 5 red lights. We go racing here in Sao Paulo. Good launch there from both of the drivers on the front row of the grid. Soltero away very strong as well. That looks like Soriano's going to try and muscle Jakob out of the way through the center S, but they ultimately assume position that they were in as they make their way through turns number 3. And now bombing down this second straight where you can get the DRS on the run into the Cedar Del Lago. That's Soltero now up to second place, 3 wide, as that is one of the Kings Racing cars onto the grass. Micah goes wide, but keeps it pointing in the correct direction as they went 3 abreast into turns number 4 and 5. Look at how it's just crazy out there already. So many cars fighting over such little pieces of racetrack. Lucas Murno, he's dropped a position so far on this opening tour as they now run through Pinheiro and Bico de Pato. No real change up the top outside of Solterra and Soriano swapping places. David Feidock holding on to that 6th place. Looks like we're all mostly clean up on the top end of the field. We did see yellow flags through turns number 1, and it looks like we've already lost Giuseppe Saracino, Mike Quint, Chris Gitz have also involved in that one. As we come to the end of lap 1 though, Carlos, it's Norbert Jakob that leads from pole.
Yeah, and we see Soltero being very close, attacking already Norbert Jakob, and this is the discrepancy in top speed we were mentioning before. They have the same engine life, but the top speed is completely different. I think Oscar Soltero will have a shot in turn 4. He will go for it, goes for the inside, and he will make it stick even before the braking zone.
The Spaniard moves up into the lead of the race on lap number 2. What can Jakab do to come back at it? Or is Soltero's pace too strong, too blistering in that Brem GP car? Jose Soriano still right there as well. Don't factor him out. These three guys, clearly the class of the field today. There's a long way to go. We're on lap 2 of 59. Plenty of time for things to take effect. Soriano, the pressure is off. He's already champion in 2025, but he'll want to start his victory parade, his victory tour of the final 2 races of the season with a bang, with another win to his tally this season. What can the Spaniard do against his opponents in Jakab and Soltero? He has the advantage of having his teammate behind him and Harry Smith as well, although Lucas Murno also not far away. Soltero's in a bit of a sticky situation. He has to fight alone. Doesn't have that teammate support. Can't use the teammate and use pit stop strategy to try and sacrifice, try and cover, try and defend or attack in the pit lane. Maybe that's why Soltero's so keen to lead early doors here. Maybe he just wants to bolt away, control the race at the front, although he's not doing that yet. Seems to be controlling the pace so far, as we're on board with Soriano as they come through the middle sector now. All looks very comfortable. Carlos, looks like to me they're already starting to settle into a rhythm, start to save a little bit of tyres.
Yeah, but the important thing here is Micah dropped because there was a contact into turn 4 with Harry Smith, and this, these little contacts might seem like almost nothing, but they are good enough to actually generate a big amount of damage. And Micah was the highest top speed, so at least the Polish driver will be able to climb up the field, and here we will see Harry Smith defending from the true north, and he squeezes slightly the King's car, so that I would say that was on Harry's end, very likely. So yeah, and then the incident just happens. Yeah, it's, well, I mean, Harry was in front, and then Mateusz, it's hard. I mean, it looks like Harry squeezes him, but yeah, at least Mateusz is one of the highest top speeds, and he will be able to climb up the field with all these big top speed that he has, and now he is facing Scholzux.
Looks like Alexander Goetz has just had an issue as we continue to see yellow flags in Sector 1. They do now go away as we've lost now Mike Quint. That's our second DNF of the night. A real shame for him. Victor Borley there in the Alfa Sierra car. That doesn't look ideal. Front wing missing and crawling along here at Sao Paulo, trying to figure out what's going wrong. Let's get a replay, see what happened. This is following Borley round. Does he just drop it? Does someone in front get into contact potentially? Oh yes, there's a spin there. Ooh. Oh, and that'll be Quint, and that'll be Borley straight into the side of him. So Quint must have come together with somebody, and he did indeed.
Gallery 82.
Yeah, that's one of the Gallery 82s, and we saw Ragotza dropping down, so that'll be...
I think it is Michal Galka, yeah.
Or was it? No, it was Galka.
Yeah.
It was Galka, in fact. So Galka, let's see what happens here. Is there anyone really at fault, or are we talking racing incident? Oh, just banging wheels, shoving out wide. Yeah, it's a racing incident in my eyes, unfortunately. Galka does well to keep it out of the wall. Unfortunate there for Mike Quint, and unfortunate as well for Victor Borley, but that's one of them things you can't really do anything about that. Galka will continue onwards, to be fair. It's not the end of the world. Up the front, though, it is still Soltero, Jakab, Soriano, Smith, and Murno, your top 5. David Fide, of course, there in the background. Harry Smith is almost out of DRS range of his teammate, though. So maybe he needs to get a bit of a shift on, try and catch back up to see if he can stay in there, keep this fight for the lead wide open. As there is Harry Smith, under a bit of pressure now from the Brazilian. Heading into the center S, is there anything there for Murno? Not on this occasion. He'll settle, he'll stay in the tracks of the Netrex in front, and he'll continue to push his way around. Lap 6 of 59 here this evening. The virtual crowd's loving it trackside, and we hope you are loving it too at home. If you aren't involved in GPVWC, if this is your first time watching and you fancy getting involved, head on over to the description, click on the link to the website, click on the link to the Discord to find out how to get involved. Moving forward for 2026, that's opportune from Agustin Canapino. Bit of push to pass on Ruven Machete, but it doesn't quite work out. That would have been a bit special from Canapino if he'd pulled that one off. He's under big pressure now from Luke Mitchell as well. Wow, okay, everyone just take a breath. We've got a race in our hands here, further back in the pack. Canapino fancies it, Mitchell's watching along, and Mari Watson is right there as well in the KV86 powerhouse machine. Alrighty, game on then, guys, as we push onwards. Seems to be lap 7 when Solterra crosses the line, which he will do now. Is Mitchell close enough? Is Canapino close enough for a move? Mitchell may have to go on the defensive. Micah is certainly going for a move. Oh, look at the darting backwards and forwards. The dummy to the inside as they go 3 abreast. In the center S's, there is contact as Salt Chooks and Patrick Magnussen come together, and somebody's gone round in the middle of the racetrack. I think they've got away without anybody hitting them. Who was that? Was that
Russo.
Robin?
Russo.
It was Russo, yeah. Federico Russo has done an amazing job to keep out of the way of everybody.
Zooks is out, I think. Zooks lost 7 positions. Oh, is it a disconnection?
That
It
must
looks
be.
like.
He's not got off the racetrack.
Yeah, we don't see him. So it probably...
Oh, there he is.
No.
Oh, well, he's out of the race now. What?
So it wasn't a disconnection. It was out in turn 4. I saw. So he was attacking the KV86 of Patrick Magnusson, goes for the inside, and they touch and spins around, and nothing goes.
Yeah, I think he's
Nothing
just decided.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one might be
it's very
going to the
frustrating.
stewards.
I think Patrick maybe is steered in a bit too much. As we see now, the TTF just going for the move on Patrick Magnusson. Actually, Agustin Canapino just pulled the move. And we can see a clear top 8. As we see, Oscar Soltero lost. Oh! Wow! Oscar Soltero lost.
Verstappen-esque from Oscar Soltero. What a save from the Spaniard as he continues to pile the pressure on the race leader, but it's invited Soriano back into the fray. We have fireworks here in Brazil as there's a yellow flag out in Sector 2. Who's binned it this time? Looks like nobody. Wow, what a save that was though from Oscar Soltero.
There has been so many change of positions, and Norbert Jacob slowed down a lot to the group to actually pack down here in Sector 2. We could see Oscar Soltero almost eating Norbert, so Lucas actually could catch up. Harry Smith lost 2 positions to Murno and Fidok, and we are seeing the True North just fighting back now. But it's very interesting what is happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're turning...
lost 1.8 seconds in Sector 2.
Wow, yeah, he must have made a mistake. Bizarre stuff there. Murno, I think, just decided to start driving like a madman as well, looking at the timing sheets. Look how close he is now to the back of the 2025 champion. The Brazilian, maybe he's been onto something.
No. I think this is intentional from Norbert, because if you can actually overtake Soltero, who was leading and pushing the pack, and then you slow down 1.2, 1.3 seconds in Sector 2, is not because you don't have the pace. You want your teammate to actually be there, and probably they will try to pit in similar laps so they can put the 2 True North cars together and generate DRS blockage. But now he's very close to Jose Soriano.
Maybe it's time for redemption and to finally get that True North 1-2 after it was stripped away brutally by the disciplinary committee from Lucas Murno, defending to the inside. Goes the champion! The leaders have come together! Your cap's gone round, Soltero off in symphony. Jose Soriano leads this race. It is chaos on lap 10 of 59 in Sao Paulo. What on earth is going on here, guys? Come on. Unbelievable.
I think Soltero just completely missed the braking point and took out Norbert. Luckily, both drivers are kind of okay. But yeah, he was very close and he just missed the braking point completely.
Unbelievable. Yeah, just misses it. And Jakab, an innocent victim in that one, and comes off worse, I think, as well. On board with Soltero, was it a moment, a loss of concentration? Was it caught out by the dirty? Yeah, he just hit the brakes too late, didn't he?
Yeah,
Wow.
and he tries to not steer to actually stop the car as much as he could, because if you try to steer, it's even worse. It's like a stroll in the USA into turn 1. If you try to steer, then you block the tires, and the crash is even worse, as we see more attacks here in the front pack.
Jakab has managed to get his way back up into third, back through David Fidok, maybe driving with a bit of vengeance, bit of fury on his side. Soltero, I think, did back off to let him through. So that's Soltero P7 now. That's promoted Philip Pushka up to P6. Fidok still on the attack against Jakab, it must be said. But it's not done and dusted yet. It's so early in this race, and it's been, well, the leaders have already driven into each other. That's all you need to know, really. Machete's gone quite well on the hard so far, it must be said, just briefly looking at the tyres. Obviously, Machete did start quite far back.
And what's more interesting is that they are losing so much time with this that actually the alternative strategy can be very fast now, because they are not racing at their full potential, because they are fighting, they're doing mistakes, they are taking each other out. So watch out with Machete, because even though he started at the back, even though he had a lot of traffic and so on, he should be further back than what he currently is right now. So just watch out with him, I would say.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled on that alternative strategy, as that's something that's maybe going to shake things up as well across the remainder of this evening. As Micah looking to go onto the attack. Wow, that's a long way around the outside of Ruven Machete. If he gets it done, that is superb! As Machete has dropped it on his own, and he's out of the race. The simplest of errors from the German.
What is this curse? What is this curse we have today?
Man? What is this race? Carlos, can you say that more races are going to be boring, please? Because it's just, what is...
But this has nothing to do. We are just cursing it. It's crazy. We speak good and loud.
There is a slight touch.
There is a slight touch.
That's
yeah, but I think Ruben was a bit too optimistic to keep the throttle there to try to maybe re-attack it. Yeah, he keeps too much power, and then he loses it, and then the car is just done. It's a shame, because I think he was in a really good position to actually climb back and opt for at least a podium, I would say.
It's a really hard hit into the Armco as well. No wonder that car is absolutely destroyed. Then there was 24. 2025 actually. Victor Borley hasn't quite got past the scene of the accident yet. But wow, what a crazy race we are bearing witness to already. The leaders now starting, well, that gap there from Murdo down to Jakab after Soltero ran into the back of Jakab while they were fighting for the race lead. So that's where there's a bit of a gap there. Soriano, is he starting to push? Because the gap is starting to extend up the front.
I think Jakab's car is heavily damaged with a crash between Soltero and himself, and he has nothing to do with that. And now, the only thing they can hope for is Lucas actually overtaking Jose and trying to slow him down a bit in sector 2, so Norbert can actually catch up. But if he really has damage, this is probably 3/10 a lap maybe, and that is too big of a disadvantage to actually recover.
Yeah, well, let's just stay on board. Let's see how the car behaves for the next few corners. I mean, it's not quick, but it looks like it's driving okay. So
yeah, but it's mostly a downforce loss, so you don't visually see it, but you can really notice it. I'm very sure if we have the opportunity to actually interview Norbert, he will tell you this. Like he's probably losing between 3.5 tenths a lap right now.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Still push onwards in third place, though. And he'll continue to fight for those podium places at the very least. But holding up the likes of Fidok, Smith, Pushka, Soltero also there now as well. Bit of a wobble there from Pushka into the right-hander, but nothing, I think, too concerning on the run there into turn number, that was Biko de Pata they're going into, not turn number 8. And then up through Yunsao, and then these, well, I mean, Carlos said they're corners. They are corners, but they're easy corners in a modern Formula car. Let's be brutally frank here. But then you get the run with the DRS.
Oh, we see Soltero pitting.
Yeah, that is Oscar Soltero. In he comes then. Okay, big call there. Is that a, I've got damage, I'm stuck in a train? Or is that a, this is the plan the whole way?
Oh, mediums.
Mediums.
Oh, so
as
this
well.
is a two-stopper, I think. I don't think you can make the mediums work from. I mean, if he does, it would be comparable to what we have seen in FS1 with a non-stopper in race 2 in Hungaroring. It would be comparable to that. Not sure if he will land on traffic. I was not even checking on this. It looks like if he is able to be in front of this fusion, he shouldn't have too much traffic. He will have traffic in 5.6 seconds, so he should have a bit of a clear track. But the guys that he has in front, Scott, Lucchini, Milling, Kaspritvel, his teammate Magnusson, Russo, and Bilio, they will go fairly long because they are on alternative strategy. So I guess they will go at least 15 or 20 laps more. Yeah, so that will be a very difficult job for Oscar Soltero.
It certainly will be. Well, interesting stuff then. Soltero into the pits and out onto the mediums.
And Krupa as well.
P19. Yeah, Krupa now coming in as well. The Polish driver, he's normally quite good on the tyres. Let's see what he's got in his locker this time. Magnussen also comes in. That's not a massive surprise. He's slightly less good on the tyres than those around him. Krupa comes out on mediums as well. You'd expect the same for Patrick and Magnussen as they push their way out of the pit lane again to get this long snaking pit exit. It's so cool before you rejoin the racing surface
Patrick
proper.
is on hards, I would say he's going for the one stop very surely.
It's a long one stop though. That's a very, very long stint. I know another set of softs.
That was a slow stop for him. Yeah, maybe it's loading. I don't know. It looks like new to me. Like the
the textures look new. Yeah.
He was complaining probably he had damage and he didn't notice, and then the pit stop was very slow. It looked very slow. So yeah, that's a shame for the Norwegian driver. As we see Norbert Jakob, Harry Smith also going to the pits, and we will see what tires are they going for. This is crucial. Norbert will try to undercut to get back to the DRS from Murno, especially if the car is damaged. And we will need to see which tire he is fitting. For the moment, it didn't load because we see that the tires are still old, but we will see very soon. I will be surprised if it's a soft compound, but that would mean that most of them are going for a two-stop then.
And it was no repairs there for Norbert Jakob as well. So he came in and came straight back out. Soltero confirmed onto the medium rubber there. We'll just wait to see what... Magnussen is on the medium, so that's now loaded. So that's a bit less of a shock from Patrick Magnussen. Is Soriano happy continuing round? Does he know something that everybody else doesn't? Yes, he is. And Murno will box same. So he'll stay with the race leader for the time being. And he is back inside DRS range now as well. So it's getting a bit interesting.
Yeah, it looks
very interesting.
It looks like Jakob is on soft. So I wonder if they will pit this lap Murno, and maybe Jose keeps going on. But then probably what will happen is that Murno will undercut Jose, and he will be able to maybe put the two true nose together, which is what happened in Singapore, and we have seen also at Suzuka. When you put those two teammates together, it's very difficult to go through.
It certainly is. Is that what they're trying to do here once again, or maybe?
Look at the traffic now.
Things up. And I mean, you're right, it's getting pretty crazy out there. It's not easy to overtake outside of the DRS range. I mean, it's quite hard in the DRS range here at Sao Paulo as well. So your cab needs to get a shift on. And again, I think he is going onto that soft tyre because it's not updating.
No, it's soft, it's soft.
Yeah, it is a set of softs, so I don't think that's the route that many would have expected either. I'm more confused than anything. He's got a great run on Robin Merling though. He will get him into turn 1 with the DRS. And he'll blast past probably even before they get to the center S.
They don't have good top speed.
They don't have good top speed, to be fair, but you know, DRS inside easy as that. Fresh soft tyres, through you go, son. See you later. One of the easiest moves that Norbert Jakab will ever make, and he's all over the pack now of Cas Rietveld as well, who I don't think will put up too much of a fight. These guys haven't boxed yet.
He's racing for his teammate, so he will do. But he makes it stick.
Whoa!
No! No! He just take him out! Oh no! He just, oh my god, he just completely missed the braking zone and just hit him from the rear. That's unbelievable.
My word, I don't even know what to say.
Me neither.
Let's go on board with Norbert Jakab.
He brakes very late.
He
loses it alone. Oh, and then Cas just didn't react to that. I mean, what can you do? Maybe he was a passenger to it, right? I mean, from this camera, it's not the ideal. Yeah, well, yeah. And no, I don't think Cas couldn't do anything. He couldn't do really anything to that.
Well,
yeah, he was just a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the onboard, yeah, it just, I mean, it's not the onboard, but I think it's very clear. Once you see Norbert losing the rear, he dives in the inside, loses the rear. I mean, he could have done more, but he was already losing the car. Let's put it that way. Yeah. It's not like 100% on Cas, which he pits now.
Yeah, he actually does just come out of the pits. But we've gone from Winbut to Binbut here at Interlagos. As Norbert Jakab from pole position, his woes tonight continue after a fantastic win last time out at Singapore. But it does open the door to Lucas Murno to get into the lead of the race, and he does so in due fashion as Jose Soriano, your champion of 2025, comes into the pits. There's lots of yellow flags in Sector 2. We'll stay with Soriano for the time being. And
he goes for a two-stop as well, I think.
That is a fresh set of mediums, yeah. That is a fresh set of mediums. Still a yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like Michel Galka's had a big problem. He's dropped right down the order. But I think he's still going-ish. No, he's not. He's now out of the race. That'll be why. There's only 3 wheels on that wagon. So Michel Galka's now out as well. As Alexander Rigoza comes into the pit lane, as does Daniel Scott. Now there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Guys, what are we doing? There's let's just try and see if we got a... Oh, is that fun? Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Whoa! That's a monster crash. Michel got... Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The car grounds
that would have hurt.
The car grounds there, and then you're almost crashing into another car. And when the car grounds there, you're just a passenger.
Lucas Murno's coming to the pit lane in the meantime, as has Fidok, as has Pushka. We'll wait to see what tyres they're going to be coming out on, who will be back in the lead of the race. Mike has also come in. Mitchell stays out. So Luke Mitchell leads the race for the time being. As it is Darren Krupa.
These people are going for a one-stop for sure. There's no way you don't pit and you don't go for a one-stop.
Soriano and Murno maybe fighting on pit exit. Murno's dropped behind Soltero. Is there? Oh no, that's correct. Oh no, that's a bigger jump than I thought it was going to be for Soriano. My mistake. Ignore me. I'm stupid. So Murno drops behind
Murno is on
Soltero.
hard. Murno is on hard. So Murno goes till the end, and now Murno will need to see if he is faster than the medium. Ooh, as we see side by side there, Krupa out of turn 7 with the rookie monsters, tries to outbrake him and then goes into turn 9 and makes it stick, heading into, ooh, almost losing the whole rear end of the car. Robin Merling with a hard tire going for a 1 stop, so he still needs to schedule 1 more pit for him. And we see Krupa now behind Lucchini, and we'll need to make the move. I think the question now is, are the drivers with medium that are older faster than the guys on the hards? That's the question, I would say.
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I'll keep an eye on the timing sheets. Krupa is absolutely charging. Up to 8th goes the Polish driver with a huge move on the previous tour as well. Starting to flex his muscles. Maxime Bulio under attack now from Filip Puška, who gets through very easily. Maxim, I think, knows that's not their fight. As Merling now down into P11, as through comes Norbert Jakab as well. Back into the top 10 goes the Hungarian and the pole sitter, who's having a pretty torrid time so far this evening. As they now come through the middle part of the racetrack. Can Jakab find his way through Lucchini as well? Almost coming together as Lucchini actually slow to get out of the way. Slow to let Jakab get through. I wonder if that's that looks really slow actually. Is that a problem there for Mirko Lucchini? Because that didn't look right at all.
He's on all to mediums, but
the tires can't be that bad, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost the range to pit for the medium, but it looked like he released the throttle, but we might be wrong. Anyway, we see David Krupa going for a move on Maxime Bulio into turn 1. We can see all these medium runners, they need to make some time now until the end. And now Murno is in the DRS from Soltero, who is on mediums. Now the question is Murno getting dragged by Oscar Soltero, or is it the other way? Is it Murno actually being held up by Soltero? And it's an important question because there is 35 laps to go, not too many. And of course, Soriano, unless he is able to make those medium until the end, he presumably will stop again, and it's trying to create a gap now for himself.
We'll have to wait and see. 2.5 seconds, though, is a very healthy advantage for our champion. Murno needs to get through Soltero if he wants to bring the fight now, but on those hard tyres, he's playing the long game. He's keeping his cards, well, I say that as actually his cards are out in the open. He's clearly going to the end on these tyres, but here comes Norbert Jakab to the inside now of Maxime Bulio, who again I doubt will put up much resistance, and does not, so Jakab slides on through. David Krupa up in front. David Krupa, oh, what a man. David Krupa reminds me, right, as Amari Watson makes his way through James Knox. David Krupa reminds me of Harry Maguire, right? And that once in a while, he just decides to become the greatest individual to have ever stepped foot on planet Earth, and he's a god. And for one moment, every once in a while, he is just the best thing you've ever seen. David Krupa, I think, is trying to have one of those nights, like we saw at the Hungaroring, where he led much of the race. He didn't qualify very well, unfortunately, and he's a little bit down the order. I don't think he's quite got the pace of the Netrexes and the True Norths, but I think Krupa fancies a really strong result this evening for PZZW, and when the Polish driver gets it through, it'll be, well, we'll have to wait and see. As Oliver Taras, I don't know what you're talking about in the live chat. Lucas Murno, is he looking to the outside into turn number 1? Oh, he's still there. Don't come to blows, boys. Oh, tight through 2 as well in the center S. Soltero will just about hold on, but as they come on the run down into Destino del Lago, to the outside goes Murno, to the inside is Soltero. What a brilliant move this will be. Lucas Murno hasn't got it confirmed yet, but with the inside at Faruda, take a bow, sunshine. That was brilliant on the hards. Side by side racing, GPVWC at its brilliant best. test here in Sao Paulo, and that is Lucas Murno up into second place.
Yeah, that's an amazing and super important overtake for Murno. You wanted to be behind Soltero while he was slightly faster, so you can save a bit of tires. But now, as soon as you are faster than him, and he took the risk and he executed perfectly. Both drivers driving on the edge, trying to find the limits, and then you can see here into turn 6 and 7 just going fantastically. Yeah, the Brazilian driver had to do this move because he is losing ground to Jose Soriano. And now the question will be when, if... Oh, wait! Soltero is ahead! Soltero is ahead!
All right, we're going to go again. Run it back. Rewind it, selector. Let's do this. Lucas Murno outside again this time. Gets it confirmed. Whoa. Big slide there from Soltero on the exit of turn 4. But Murno gets it confirmed before they even get through into the entry to the corner. So it must have been a DRS push from Soltero. We know the True North isn't great in a straight line here this evening.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The good thing of fighting in the middle sector is that Murno couldn't create a gap really into until turn 12. So yeah, Oscar Soltero just had the opportunity and went for it, and they go side by side. And as a medium tire runner that you're probably going for a two-stop, you don't want him to pull away from you. So it is like a proper fair battle that he will need to recover all this gap. I'm not sure if he will be able to, as we see Harry Smith defending from the back from Filip Puška, who is actually catching on this group ahead.
Yeah, and Puška's actually got through and up into 4th place as well. So the Drake Racing driver fancies his chances this evening, does the German. Yet to take a race win in 2025. It's tonight the night he finally stands alone on the top step of the podium. We shall wait and see. Let's use Micah, meanwhile, fighting with Maxime Bulow, who's being very respectful this evening, it must be said, and just kind of letting people who are quicker get on with it and get through with no real fuss. Robin Merling behind, though, I think at least he's got to try and give it a go, got to try and keep him behind. Wait to see what Maxime has in their defensive arsenal. Is it anything, or is he going to let him through as well? Who knows? It's lap 28 of 59 here. We are quickly approaching the half mark here at the penultimate round of the 2025 GPVWC season. And what a race it has been so far. Chaos, drama, tragedy, love, death, destruction. We've had it all. It's Shakespearean stuff here in SL2. And I wouldn't be having it any other way. As we continue to follow Maxime Bulow, who is going to be safe from Robin Merling down into the centre S, way too far in front for Merling to consider a go to the inside, although does get quite close and thinks about having a go on the outside, but I don't think he needed to be worried about that one. Maybe, though, with the DRS down into the Cia del Lago. We'll wait and see. To the inside potentially goes the Rookie Monsters. Does have a look, does have a think, does have a pop, does touch wheels, does touch side pods, does get through Robin Merling. That was, I think, a little bit more messy than he wanted, but he's up into P10.
Yeah, that's not ideal, because all these side pod touching and rubbing wheels is not good for this damaged model of the car, and it looks like Maxime is slowly losing the pace, and Luke Mitchell is just right behind. It's interesting right now to see that the hard runners that waited so much are actually already overtaking these medium runners, so they will need to actually make a full pit stop. And the interesting from this, sorry for that, is that these hard runners, if they feel insecure about going into the end, hey, you just can copy the guy who is going for a two-stopper, and then you will be absolutely fine. You didn't lose any strategical advantage. As we see, Luke Mitchell already progressing through the field on Maxime Bulow as well, and now going for Robin Merling. And we will see if the English driver can actually pull the move in the very next lap, because here in this section in sector 2 is actually very difficult. And another topic to I think is worth to mention, if anyone is going for a two-stop, I was mentioning it before, it's fairly difficult to overtake, and all these things, you will need a lot of push to pass to actually make the moves. So it's not going to be easy for those two stoppers. Even though you have a 7-second advantage, you still need to recover about 15 seconds. So it's not going to be easy for Soriano.
No, it's not. But there's still a long way to go, just past half distance. And anything can happen in motorsport. Anything can happen in GPVWC. And anything can happen to Luke Mitchell. But it's pretty easy, that one. He's going to slide on by and get it done nicely. Mitchell up to P10 there. With a nice little move there. Nice little tidy up the inside, I think is the term that I would use. Oscar Soltero back to the battle for second place. And Soltero hasn't been able to challenge Lucas Murno yet. Of course, Soltero will have to box again. Murno will be trying to, he'll be trying to get, or what am I talking about? He'll be trying to get to the end of the race. There we go. Oh, it's been a long day. So Murno will be trying to go all the way. It's 7.7 to Soriano at the moment. And Soriano, I mean, I guess he'll be boxing around about lap 40, lap 45. Doing some mental maths here. He'll come out, what, P10, P11-ish? Maybe even further. Actually, probably further back. Probably 14th. 14th? No, that's a lie. Thank you very much, Remco de Zeeuw, and the cameras. It'll be about P11, yeah.
It would be... If Jose pitted now, it would be about...
Yeah, if he pitted
P10.
right now.
It would be
P10. Yeah, P10, P11.
P9. No. It would be P9 because you would be in front of Mitchell. No, the pit delta is about 22 seconds. So, and he has a 20, according to sector times, he has a 22.2 second gap with Luke Mitchell. He's actually racing still 9/10 a lap faster than Luke, although I think he did an overtake the last lap. But he's racing 4/10 faster than Murno, and is slightly faster than Filip Puška, who is just 1/10 faster than Puška. So it's still with the mediums starting to fade away. He's still pulling away, and that is a nice DRS and a nice slipstream that helps him to create a slightly bigger advantage that he will probably need at the end. As we see Puška, Puška is on mediums, and I can't believe Puška actually making it till the end.
Because he's stopping again.
No, he pitted in lap 22. I think he can make it, but it requires a huge amount of management, which we see Puška seeing a different POV for turn 6 and 7 here. I think it's possible, but it requires a good chunk of management.
Yeah. I mean, he's been driving phenomenally, it must be said. The German's on the charge so far this evening, and especially on this in this stint as well. He's been absolutely he's just driving the wheels off the thing. Like, you can't complain about that one. But let's see if he's able to move forward. Let's see if he is able to get maybe into the conversation, and then let's see what he's doing tyres-wise as well, and whether it makes sense, or if he has in fact gone clinically insane. Lap 34 of 59 here at Sao Paulo, penultimate race of the SL2 season. If you're interested in joining SL2 next year, tough luck, because you're probably not going to be able to get a ride if you're new to GPVWC, but you can work your way up. Oh, Puška has had a massive off. He's touched the Astro. He's blossomed out the car, and Puška is our latest casualty as your cab comes into the pits.
What?
What a bizarre incident here in Brazil. And the German, who is looking in fine form, it's on the outside curb.
Yeah. Did his wheel disconnect, or he just, like, there was a moment like he completely straightened the wheel, or like the force feedback faded and then you just don't expect it? Look, it will just...
Yeah,
I don't know. It looks very weird.
Was it a
looks
loss
very
of
weird.
concentration, maybe? I don't... That's bizarre.
That's very bizarre.
uh,
I would say if he's driving a Fanatec, it's probably that the wheel fades with the temperature, the force feedback, and because of that, maybe you just don't have the same feeling, and just out of the sudden you just go wide.
Well, that's one of the incidents of all time, I guess. Yeah, Philip Puška, who was having a brilliant race, is down and out. We've also lost Cas Rietveld.
Screen freeze. Screen freeze.
Screen freeze. That would explain. That's not something you see very often nowadays in GPVWC.
I think it's this Chrome car generating screen freezes.
Yeah, let's all blame Rookie Monsters. Do you know who we should blame? We should blame Alessandro Maggio for his bad curbs and dodgy Italian internet. Daniel Scott overtaken there by Patrick Magnussen round the outside. We should also blame Alex Laho for no reason whatsoever, apart from the fact that it's Alex Laho. That one also
and he's
works.
5-1.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Daniel Scott.
It's the moment to promote GPVWC Day. Just a reminder for everyone. This is the event of the year as we see Omari Watson. We're speaking the two great things of GPVWC Day and Omari Watson. Now we will see him going for a move on Robin Merling. Just as a reminder, this will be the weekend of the 15th of November. So please, everyone, come to visit us. Come to see each other around. As we see also Robin Merling going for the pits. So we couldn't have the chance to actually see Omari on action. But yeah, it's going to be a very fun weekend. A lot of karting involved, racing, and also, you know, some beers here and there. So yeah, please come.
Absolutely. It's set to be a brilliant weekend at Merseyside. And I can't believe I'm going to that place 4 times in the space of 1 month. That is just such a shame. But it's set to be a really fun weekend. And again, you know, lots of karting, you know, celebrating everything to do with GPVWC. We'll all get a meet up, and then Stefan can, well, just drink us out of everything, really. Jose Soriano still leads this race. The Spaniard, the champ, has got nearly a 9-second advantage, in fact, ahead of Lucas Murno. Seems to be fluctuating a little bit corner to corner. Murno himself under a lot of pressure from Soltero, but he's been dealing with that very, very well for the majority of this stint since he got through anyway. David Firedox works his way back up to 4th. He just got through Harry Smith. Of course, we saw Norbert Jakob coming into the pits a few moments ago. If they finish as they do now, I believe that makes Netrex champions, I think?
Well, Harry and Jose, they are yet to pit still. So
that's true.
Yeah, Jakob is actually undercutting Harry, and we'll probably see a fight for that position. And both cars damaged from, well, Harry from turn 4 in lap 1, and then we have seen the multiple incidents Jakob had with Soltero and with Cas Rietveld, with both Brem GP actually. So yeah, I think now Murno is starting to be as fast as Soriano. So with 21 laps to go, probably is the moment for the Spanish driver to look for a pit stop for the if he wants to set another medium tires.
Yeah, well, it's getting interesting here strategy-wise, to say the least. So it's I guess it's a game of when does Soriano come in? Murno seems very comfortable at the moment on that set of hards. You know, he's not particularly managing too hard. He's running very consistently strong lap times. You know, he's just out there doing his thing. There goes Norbert Jakob looking to get into the top 10. Thought better at that time, probably driving quite cautiously at this point is the Hungarian. Trying to get through. That's Agustin Canapino, the former IndyCar driver, in front of him right now. Lap 38 of 59 here. And the Hungarian race winner last time in Singapore, pole sitter last time in Singapore, pole sitter here this evening as well. But it's been a day to largely forget for Jakob, who has just been in and out of incidents left, right and centre. And now struggling to get through Canapino as well as they come out of Zeeuw though. Maybe a bit of a run. We know the True North struggling a little bit for straight line speed, but he's close enough with the DRS and push to pass. This should be a fairly easy move. And yep, Canapino's going to leave the inside open, not contested. He knows it's not his race. Your cab goes up into P10. Nice stuff there from the man who is hoping to be vice champion of Superlights at the end of this season. Currently on track to get that as well, with Ruben Machete being out of the race and the like. So, in fact, does that confirm him as vice champion? It does actually. Yeah. Well, actually, hang on. Well, if Machete's out, he needs to outscore Machete by 9 points. If he does that, he is confirmed as vice champion in 2025.
9 points is P7.
Yeah, so if he gets to P7, Norbert Cab is at least vice champion of 2025. Is that someone getting well out of the way? Yeah, a bit of a bizarre one there.
It was blue flags anyway.
It's fine. No one got hurt. We're all still okay. We'll keep racing onwards. Oh, Soltero's come in. That's a big one. Oscar Soltero, the first of our true front runners to make the call to come in for his final pit stop. And is that maybe trying a long shot undercut Soriano? I mean, he's surely way too far back.
No, it's too far back. He needs to make the ground to Lucas, but I don't think he will be able to make the ground to Lucas. He needs to make 22 seconds in 19 laps, so essentially he needs to do more than 1 second faster a lap. So yeah, I would say as we see fighting here, Ruben Merling into turn 2, there is some slight contact with Tom van der Voort. Tom van der Voort would have now the higher end into turn 3, opens DRS, goes for the inside. Both are really not leaving much to each other, but Tom van der Voort has the inside into turn 4 and he will have the edge into turn 5. They will still go with opportunities heading into turn 6 and 7. Goes for it, Ruben Merling, but doesn't make it stick. So he will need to wait until the start of the next lap to have an opportunity, unless he sends it in Pico de Pato. We will see now, and I don't think, because he had a really bad traction out of it.
Oh, that's Soriano's come in. Soriano has come into the pit lane. Lucas Murno leads here in Brazil. Soriano will come out in possibly P5. That's Micah. No, Micah's too far back. It will be P4 for Jose Soriano. Bit of time to gain, though, across the rest of this race. Smith and Fidok still yet to box, remember. So what, we're looking at... Oh, let's do some maths. Come on, Ross, not that difficult. About 13, 14 seconds.
13.
Yeah, 13 seconds back on Lucas Murno. This could be a very, very tense and tight finish to this race. And I'll tell you what, it's tense and tight at the Emirates as well in the ultimate game of Harambe. 0-0 between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Come on! Get in there. Oh, I knew it was going to be a 0-0 stinkfest. Didn't we all know it was going to be 0-0? Come on, it's Arsenal against Atletico Madrid. God. Right, David Fidok holding on to that second place from Harry Smith as it stands. And doing a very good job is Fidok again. Oh, Smith getting the rear a little bit loose on the entrance to the center S there. Yeah, Fidok again came into tonight feeling really confident, feeling really fast, and immediately crashed in qualifying and made the call of, you know what, we're going out anyway. We'll deal with the consequences and the back of grid penalty next time out, later down the line. That is future me's problem. And David Fidok is looking to work his way potentially back onto the podium here at Interlagos. He is on the hard tyres, so, you know, he could be going a lot further. In fact, no, David can go all the way to the end, actually. I thought he was on a two-stopper, but he's on a one-stopper. No. David could very well be on for a podium here if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, he could really be into it. There is not many people left to pit. I think Micah is one of the question marks. I'm not entirely sure which tire is he on. I think Luke is on hards as well, as we see just Soriano making every single sector purple right now. And as we see Harry Smith as one of the two stoppers heading into the pits. And we will see now how much faster is Soriano compared to Lucas in a one lap. And he's 1 second entirely. So he has 11.5 seconds a gap to recover, and he has 16 laps. So it should be enough, and he doesn't have much traffic to deal with. He only needs to deal with Fidok. But I don't think Fidok will fight much Jose, because Fidok will see very fast that it's not his fight. Fidok is 1.4 seconds slower lap than Jose. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I think for Soltero, the maximum position for tonight's race is gonna be P3 very likely. Not gonna be for more. It's gonna be with Fidok, I guess. It depends how fast he clears all this traffic of Mitchell and Micah.
Yeah, it's all about just getting through that traffic, really. And to be fair, most people tonight have been very kind and nice and kind of just let people through if it's not really their race. So I wonder if we're going to be seeing some of the similar here, as Mitchell looks like he was actually thinking about going into the pits there, but he's just pulling over to give some space and, well, hog that inside. But Soltero does get through. Up to P5 goes the Spaniard. And the Brem GP driver now, only one King's Racing car and then a Netrex car who's yet to, oh no, actually no, ignore me, I'm being stupid. Yeah, one King's Racing car separating himself and re-entering the battle for the podium place is Micah, it must be said, having an incredible race tonight and doing a fantastic job. David Krupa in this third stint, it's faded away a little bit unfortunately for the pole, but still P9, not bad going. He's currently closing on the back of Harry Smith. Can he work his way through? Or is Smith in comfortable P8 territory at the moment? If they finish as they do now, championship goes to the final race, I believe. Yes, it does. So we'll keep our eye on that one as well. That's the team's championship, of course. Netrex have a 30-point advantage heading into this race ahead of True North. If the gap is 30, what? No, hang on. It's 46 or bigger, should I say. They are crowned champions here at the end of this race. Currently, it is not looking that way on lap 45 of 59. Krupa, big run with the DRS, too far back though. Oh, gets very close and actually has to lock up and really stand on the brake pedal to avoid running into the back of Smith. Maybe hit the brakes a little bit too late, got a dose of that dirty air and just couldn't get the thing stopped in time. Wow, crazy, crazy stuff here at Sao Paulo once again, and this battle for P8 rages on. Jose Soriano is going to be through David Fidok in a couple of laps. Lucas Murno, how's your tyre management, son? Because with the current pace that he's got, Jose Soriano is on his way. How long before he gets there, though? It's 14 laps left in this race. Robin and Merling's trying the long way round. That is ridiculous if it comes off. It's not going to, though, as Lucchini holds the inside in this battle for P12. The Alpha Delta car keeps the upper hand ahead of the rookie monsters for the time being. Lucchini, not really spoken much about him tonight, but he's been having a very quietly strong race there in P12. So we'll wait and see. Nothing wrong with a bit of that, to be fair. As yeah, maybe let's all just take a breather because we know what's about to come. We know that Soriano's on his way. Again, it's a question of...
Lucas is starting to push now. He is acknowledging that he needs to race faster. And he was only 6/10 slower than Jose Soriano. Ooh, as we see the move from the rookie monsters from Robin Merling to Mirko Lucchini, and gets pushed off track by the regulations, and then Robin will need to try again the next lap, looks like. That's not gonna be a happy German, I would say. But yeah, it looks like Lucas is acknowledging that he needs to increase the pace, and he's trying to increase the pace as much as he needs. And it will be actually tighter than what we'll think, because Soriano is just 6/10 a lap faster right now, and 6/10 a lap faster, it would be enough, but it would be very tight. It would be like a last lap fight.
That could get a bit interesting. Last lap drama to decide who wins here in Brazil. Will it be your champion opening up the victory parade on the top step, or will it be Lucas Murno taking his home race? Wow, what a story that would be. Past winners here in SL2, Ad Interlagos, Matthew Williams in 2020, Tom Stevens 2021, Jan Grankvist 2022, Heiko Poom 2023, and Jan Dragoon last year, who is going to add their name to the roll of honour in a little while's time. It is lap 48 now of 59. Whoa, that's somebody going off the road.
I think it was Robin.
I think so, yes. Soriano has got past David Feidock as well. So Jose Soriano is now up into second place, the champion on the charge. He's got 8.5 tenths to make up in around about 10 or so laps. Let's get a replay of what's happening here in this battle for... oh, wow! So Merling's hit Licini on the face in the middle of the road, I think? Oh, I'm not going to judge, it's fine. Or was that...
yeah, they touch.
Yeah.
They touch because, yeah, the Alpha Delta was opening to the right and Robin was not moving that fast to the right, so they actually collided.
Yeah, that's a racing incident. Just a bit of miscommunication there out on the racetrack. I think that Licini expected Merling to dart back over to the right to get back onto the racing line. Merling did not do that. Here's a replay. I'm assuming this is Soriano on Feidock. Yes, it is. Let's follow this round. I mean, it's going to be DRS push to pass into the center S, isn't it? No messing around. To the inside goes Jose Soriano. Feidock gives him all of the space. And up into second, the champion goes. Can he make it? P1, though, to end what would have been a crazy, crazy night of racing. I'm not going to say the score, but could be as crazy as the Leverkusen PSG game that's happening right now as we continue to somehow wind the football scores in. We're in that kind of a mood this evening. Norbert Jakab, he's up to P6 on it's somehow a recovery drive for the Hungarian from pole position. And could be looking at a very solid P5 at the end of this one if he plays his cards right, but I think that's the maximum he's going to be able to achieve. And even then, he's still got to make up a fair few seconds to get to Matthews Micah. He's in a King's Racing sandwich at the moment in P6. Micah in front, Mitchell behind. Mitchell's done incredibly well to get up to P7. That's up 5 positions from where he qualied. James Knox up to 16th as well after starting from the back, having not set a lap. Yes, there's a lot of DNFs, but still, put some respect on the damn man's name. Lucchini as well up 7. Robin Merling up 8. Some of these guys are doing bits tonight. I gotta respect the hustle, respect the grind. These guys push onwards. Even late in the year. Wow, Merlin gets all sorts of sideways. That rookie Monsters was right out of shape, but somehow it's pointing in the right direction on the black stuff. Wow, unbelievable scenes there. Merlin continues to push onwards. You can see how hard he's driving that motor car. It's moving all over the shop underneath him as they come through Yunsao. And it looks like a slight better exit there from Licini, who continues to desperately defend that P13 as Bulio and Knox close in behind. But Merling this time with the DRS, with the push to pass, gets it confirmed before they get to turn 1. Robin Merling finally gets through and up into 13th place.
Oh, no!
50 of 59 as he runs off the racetrack, though. Gets it wrong, and that's going to invite Mirko Licini straight back through, and he's got to do it all over again.
What a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Robin is going to dream about this tonight. I can tell you. Oh my god, that's difficult and rough. Yeah, the German driver, we see the car also sliding from the rear end already. He has, of course, a good advantage over the Italian driver, but it's gonna start fading slowly if he doesn't make it stick, and he will not need to start worrying about Maxime and James from behind. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think he will have another attempt now out of turn 12, but although he's fairly far back. So I'm not sure he will have an attempt. We'll see now. There he's closing up into turn 1, opens the DRS, will try to make the move, goes very defensive. Mirko Lucchini, they go side by side, goes for the inside. Robin Merling makes it stick into turn 1. You need to make it stick into turn 2 and 3, but now Mirko Lucchini is very close. We will see who has the DRS now, and we will see if there is an attack into turn 3. The Italian goes for it, grabs the inside and goes for the attack into turn 3. He goes a bit wide, but he makes it stick. The defense of the Italian driver is still very solid.
What great racing. We're being offered up late here. Merling wide once again. How tight do you want it in fighting for the final couple of points-paying positions, and the Fusions are beginning to trip over each other as well. Bulio somehow, well, that's Knox even, is still in this race. What a twitch, the front end bit that thing, wow. It's just, I'm running out of superlatives and metaphors. I mean, I don't have many in the first place, but it's just crazy what we're seeing here tonight. Meanwhile, up the front, 52 and 59, Soriano, it's down to 4.5 tenths between himself and Murno in P1. As Bulia all up in front, Merling to the inside into the center S, gets it done, nice move. Let's see if he can keep it there this time. Does a better job through the center S, and then he stays on the tarmac. Does Lucchini respond? Of course, Bulio's right there as well behind. They've all got the DRS. Lucchini to the inside, almost banging wheels into turn 4. Just about. Robin Merling is going to get away with that one. Wow, this is ridiculous racing. And again, it's for the final couple of points-paying positions. This is why I love Superlights. Because it's moments like this where, the championship at the top, it's decided. And you're fighting for the last couple of points in the second to last race of the season, when most people kind of know what's going on, but you fight and scrap until the checkered flag, because it means so much to these people, because they want it so much. It really is a joy to watch, and it just makes me smile every single time. Patrick Magnussen, was he not three-stopper? Well, he's in 17th now on soft tyres, and we know how quick and aggressive he's going to be. So he's either going to be making very quick work of these guys or sending one of them into the hospital via the tyre barrier. So let's wait and find out how that's going to go as someone kicks up a huge chunk of dust. Here goes Magnussen then with the DRS. Bulio's going in front, or Knox is going in front even, should I say, on Lucchini as they go wheel to wheel. Magnussen to the inside. There's multiple bangings of wheels, and we've got a big one. We've got a big one. It is James Knox, and I believe, was it Maxime Bulio that also got involved? Daniel Scott, in fact, it was. Knox is out of the race, and you just knew. You just knew. The second you saw Patrick Magnussen getting in that battle, something was going to happen.
Yep, it was not his fault, though.
I know, but he just gets involved. He turns up and chaos happens. It's like when I see Andre and Anna in a one-on-one situation, I just get scared because chaos is going to happen. And it's, Bulio had nowhere to go but hit his teammate. And again, I'm not saying Patrick did anything in that situation. He did nothing wrong. But he just brings chaos with him, the Icelandic driver. Oh man, what a sport! What a silly sport this is sometimes.
You don't. It's not a driver you really want to have in your mirrors. And yeah, he takes the best out of this. He overtook almost every single car besides Robin Merling. So yeah. Yeah,
he just got some free positions out of that as well. And Bulio, of course, is coming in. Oh, what a shame for Fusion. You've got to feel for them. It's an incident that's not either of their fault, but they're the ones coming together, and they are the ones paying the price. Of course, there's the old saying in motorsport, rule number 1, don't hit your teammate.
Of course, rule number 2. Fault.
Well, I was about to say that, Carlos, if you let me finish my proverbials and my speeches. God,
rule number 1 doesn't apply. Come on.
Well, yeah, again, there's also rule number 2, which is you don't have a teammate when you're out on the racetrack. It's every driver for himself out there, surely. But yeah, no, in that situation, that's just so unfortunate, and you've really got to feel for the Fusion Racing guys, who have come together through no fault of their own. Lucas Murno is now only 2 seconds ahead of Jose Soriano. Soriano, I think, has caught up to Murno a little bit quicker than we would be expecting. And Soriano, his last lap was a 1:10 or 0.598 because they've just crossed the line. The lap before was the fastest lap of the race, a 1:10.232, and he's lapping 7 to 8 tenths quicker than Murno every single lap. And it's not going to be long before he's got DRS either.
I'm gonna. Oh, as we see Norbert Jakob fighting with Micah here for an extra position for True North, and this is important for championship for the championship standings. He will go for the outside. Norbert Jakob opens the DRS and tries to make the move stick through the outside. They both respect the gap between each other. We know Micah has a lot of top speed. He will try to reach P first into P turn 6 and 7, and Norbert Jakob doesn't make it, but I think he will have multiple attempts for it. I wanted to say, for the leaders, they have a huge bunch of blue of lap drivers in front, so let's hope that doesn't take into effect into the overtaking opportunities or defending opportunities. Let's hope doesn't. Oh,
No.
Does he let him go for DRS?
Oh, smart. Smart.
I'm not sure if he's gonna catch up. Well, we'll see. Now, well, he has a very good top speed. He will go for the outside. Norbert Jakob goes for the inside, and he's through to turn 1. Let's remember, Mateusz Micah has 9 kph more top speed than Norbert Jakob.
Robin Merling's out.
Oh, Merling's out.
Merling's out. That was in that fight with the Chini and Magnussen.
They're still fighting here.
There goes the cab. Yeah, that's done. Whoa, good save. Good hands there by Micah. Soriano's now in DRS. Lucas Murno, how tightly is your rear end clenched, my boy? Your home race is shortly to be 2 laps away from you. But the champion on fresh rubber, on the 2-stopper, is breathing down your neck. Is it squeaky bum time, as Sir Alex would say? We'll wait and find out. 2 to go here at Interlagos. And Soriano does not see the way into turn 1, but look at how close he is. And you've got to be thinking, Murno's tyres are going to be absolutely shot. He's been on this set for 36 laps, Carlos. It's going to be very, very hard to keep Soriano behind, as Fidok and Soltero look like they're fighting for P3. Yellow flag sector 1. I think Fidok's gone for a spin because he's dropping a lot of time. Yes, he has. So Fidok and Soltero have come together, or Fidok's gone round on his own.
This can be a position for Jakob. This can be a position for Jakob.
This could be. And again, if they finish as they do now, if your cab gets through Fidok, championship goes down to the final race in the team's race. Lucas Murno, though, still ahead of Soriano. What has Soriano got to do to get through here? Surely just DRS push to pass and, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not close enough. And, yeah, he's not close enough. He needs to be closer to actually make the move stick. And they're gonna start the last lap, so this is gonna be very intense. He's going for it.
Yeah, it's coming now. White flag waves. If we're in the States, look at the overspeed from Soriano, who blasts on by shades of Yannis Bock, but he slides. He slides in the center S. He gathers and keeps it. Shades of Yannick Bock in Super League in that title-winning move a few seasons ago. Murno's gonna fight back to the inside for his home race, for his national pride. Soriano on the fresher rubber doesn't get the run. All the way we go up into turns 5, 6, 7, and Murno holds on to the lead, but can he stay there till the end?
Well, this will be until the finishing line. This is not over. We saw that the big overspeed from Soriano. Let's see if this is enough for the Brazilian driver to take the W, or it will be for the Spaniard. We will see now. They're heading into turn 12. Oh, Soriano goes a bit wide. That makes you lose a bit of time. The traction is good from the Brazilian driver. It will depend if they both have push to pass to actually make the move. It doesn't look like Soriano is closing up. It's gonna go for the Brazilian driver. Lucas Murno wins the Brazilian Grand Prix by just 1/10 of a second. And Oscar Soltero will finish in P3 with probably a pending investigation on the crash he had on Norbert Jakob. Vidok is going to be able to hold the position on Norbert, finishing P4 provisionally, and then Micah finishing 6th, and Harry Smith 7th. Luke Mitchell, Grupa takes it! Grupa takes it for a P8 for the PCZW driver.
How'd you like them apples? What an ending to the penultimate race of the season in GPVWC Superlights. It is hometown glory for Lucas Murno. The Brazilian takes just his 2nd win of the season. And well, there's not really any other nationality that takes more pride in itself than Brazil. He will be absolutely delighted. Soriano, I wonder if he saved his push to pass for that late move that didn't come off into the center S. Again, it was shades of Yannick Bock in Super League a few years ago with that title-winning move. But Lucas Murno is on top here in Brazil. Wow, unbelievable stuff. What a race, what a race.
It was this multiple strategy that they went for the one stop and the mistake. Oh wait, was there contact between Vidok and Soltero? Oh
yes, there was.
It looked like, yeah, but they looked. I don't know what to say about this one. It looked fairly close to each other, I would say. I don't know. It's hard to judge from here. And we see now Robin Merling. Actually, is it on Patrick or Magnusson? Yeah, it's on Patrick. Oh no. That's bad.
Dear.
That's bad.
No, that is bad.
Oh no,
dear.
Front wing.
Yeah. Need we say more? I do not believe so.
And Jose did a mistake into turn 1 in the braking zone. He lost the car, and that just enabled Lucas to go for it. Because if he didn't do this mistake into turn 1, here.
It's a great save.
Yeah, but it's a choke at the same time. If you don't, he was fully ahead in the braking zone. You have better tires and everything. You're not gonna be out broken. And here he goes for the outside instead of defending the inside. So yeah, it's just happens.
It does happen, yes, but wow, that was something to behold, shall we say. What an ending, what a race here in Brazil. Just unreal, unreal. Lucas Murno, his 2nd race win of the season, and what a place it comes at, his home race. Murno is on top for True North Motorsport, and crucially as well, True North Motorsport do take the Constructors' title down to the very final round at Abu Dhabi. Jose Soriano, your champ in 2025. It was a beautiful last-ditch attempt to try and get through at turn 1. As I was saying, shades of Yannick Bock being overtaken by Stefan Rolt and was it? Oh, I can't remember. It was somebody who got overtaken into turn 1 in the final race of a Super League season. I think it was Yannick Bock was involved in one of them. My brain's fried. It's been a long day. Soriano 2nd with Soltero in P3. David Vidok is 4th place, but again, coming together with Soltero. Soltero in a few incidents could well be sliding onto the podium at the end of that one with penalties and the like. Norbert Jakob is P5 after a solid comeback drive. Matthews Micah is P6. Harry Smith 7th. David Krupa P8. Luke Mitchell is 9th. And Agustin Canapino rounds out the top 10. A nice little drive there from the Argentine. Further on down, we've got Amari Watson in P11. It wasn't the night where he finally wins, unfortunately. Federico Russo was P12. Tom van der Voort 13th with Daniel Scott 14th. Patrick Magnussen recovers into P15. After that late incident, he'll be very upset, and rightfully so. Mirko Licini was 16th, and then we've got a couple of guys who were a lap down due to incidents or lack of pace or whatever. You've got Alexander Agota in 17th, Maxime Bulio in 18th, Chris Getzoff 19th, and Victor Borley in P20. And then I believe, yeah, it's a whole host of DNFs. We lost Robin Merling, James Knox, Philip Pushka, Cass Rietveld, Michelle Galka, Reuven Machete, Saltchukes, Mike Quint, and Giuseppe Saracino. 9 of our gladiators failed to take the checkered flag here at Sao Paulo. But them's the breaks, and that is the game. What a race there, Carlos. Before we get on to our interviews, you said it was going to be quite boring at the start.
No, I didn't say that. I said it would be difficult to overtake. That's what I said.
Well, I guess it's easier to overtake if everyone in front of you is crashing. Let's have a chat with not that one. I don't want Norbert Jakob. I want our race winner in first. Norbert can wait because he didn't win because he was useless. Let's get the man of the moment into the voice chat. Lucas Murno, you are a race winner for the second time this season and on home soil. How does that feel?
Not gonna lie, that was a big race. Honestly, we risked alternative strategy to make a one stop, and for the last 10 laps I was shaking, not gonna lie, with the situation, but I have to keep the calm down. I knew there was people cheering for me there, so I fought on him and well, that was a big result. I think my first win in the True North was delaying so much, but I think that was delayed for this situation. So what a way to win a race, in a home race like this, on the arm, like we say in Brazil, no braço. We did an amazing race. We did an amazing setup. We find a good way to understand the car for the last part of the seasons, which is going to be critical for the team's championship. And well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of the best victories. I will not lie, one of the best victories I had in my career there. And yeah, this is gonna be really marked on my head, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk us through, though. You said it was tough. Again, going on that one stop, you were on that set of hards for so long. That must have been really tricky to keep those tyres alive towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it was really tricky, but I know the C1 tires was constant, even with the worn tires, so I had to believe in that one, and in the end, it worked really well. We could keep a good margin. I had to save the tires, even fighting with the Solteiro in some situation, but I had to keep my calm down because the real race is going to be in the second stint. So I had to prepare myself to push, to keep my head down and try to keep a good gap to Soriano, and then try to even make a good fight since they are quicker than the straight standard car. But in the end, everything went right. We did an amazing race there. I'm not going to lie. I have to thank my team. And I want to dedicate this victory to references.
Is it me or?
No, it's Lucas. You might just want to take a second because you started your dedication and then you just broke up completely. So do you want to try that again, mate?
Now,
oh, it's not sounding very good. Tell you what, Lucas, we're losing you, unfortunately. Do you want to just message me your dedication and I'll read it out for you? Because we are, unless you want to try one more time, but you're not sounding very healthy, unfortunately.
Now it's on. It was green here. No, not.
Yeah, not a word, mate. Sorry, your connection's gone. Sorry, Lucas. We'll leave that one there. But yeah, if you want me to read out a message for you, put it through. But thanks anyway. Sorry, buddy.
Take care, Lucas, and good luck for the last race of the season.
Well, that was your race winner, Lucas Murno. Yeah.
I mean, it's better it happened here than doing the race. So.
True. Yeah. I'd be rather annoyed if I had a home win taken away from me. I would now love to speak to his teammate. Let's get the man started on. Oh, Norbert, my ears. God. Well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know how loud I have my headphones to be able to hear myself, and you've just done that? Hello, Norbert Jakob. Well, that was an interesting race, wasn't it?
It is definitely a really interesting race indeed.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's going on with the microphones from True North today?
Yeah, the True North microphones are great. Yeah, we had pole but into bin but instead of win but, unfortunately. But a really nice comeback drive. You know, but I guess you must be a little bit disappointed.
Yes, I am definitely. It wasn't the best scenario that we expected from this race. We knew from the beginning that we will have major troubles during the race because we saw in the practice that we lack a lot of straight line speed. But still, the qualifying pace was really good. I thought our race pace was really good and everything was almost fully in control until I got spun in turn 1 by Soltero, and then a few laps later I got hit again on the side by Soltero's teammates. So yeah, I'm actually a bit disappointed, but I think I still made a really good recovery drive. And we are still in the fight for the constructors, even though that we didn't gain as much as we wanted to. But yeah, I'm super happy for Lucas's first race win, and he fully deserved it on his home track. So I'm really proud of him, and yeah.
Yeah, well, at least, you know, there's positives to take, and one big positive as well. That's your second pole position in a row now. You've made yourself into a bit of a single lap qualifying merchant in recent weeks. Is that something we can expect to see heading into the final round?
Hopefully. I mean, I like when you say Paulbert, so I wanna hear it once again. But yeah, we will try our best. We never give up. Even though we actually had a bit more like gap between tracks in terms of points before this race than we expected due to the reports, but it's part of life, it's part of the game. As they say, all fair is in love and war. So yeah, we will try our best. We will push until the end, and hopefully we can come out on top. But Natrax is super crazy, super fast, super talented, so they will definitely make us sweat in the final round as well.
Absolutely. Carlos, any messages for Norbert Jakab?
Yeah, Norbert, today you were on the unlucky side of the coin, and that is very painful as a driver, because the damage and the tires are basically gone after that spin. Question for you is, were you planning to do a one stop like your teammate and try to grow together from that point, like we have seen in other occasions when both True Norths are together? You are guys like not 2 cars, you're like 3 cars, I would say, in a good way, of course. Or you were planning all the time for the 2-stop?
No, I was preparing to do one stop the whole time. Actually, not even soft hards. I was planning to do soft mediums. But then I saw the pace from Soltero, Soriano, and I knew that they are pushing for 2-stop. And since I knew that we lack a lot of straight line speed, there is no way if they catch back at me after their second stop, I could stop them anyhow, because we had like GP2 engine compared to them. So after the spin, I decided to, yeah, I didn't even know what to do. My race engineer told me to gamble and put softs on softs and then mediums in the end. And I was like, you know what, let's do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? So yeah, we tried it. I ended up P5, almost P4 after Fidok spun, and probably P4 still after the reports for this round, since Soltero finished in front of me on track. But it doesn't mean that it's fair that he finished in front of me. So yeah, it was not planned, to answer your question, to do a 2-stop.
It was a nice adaptation to what happened, which at the end, races are dynamic, and unfortunately, we are not racing transparent cars, right? And we were racing, and was a mistake, a clear mistake from from Oscar, and something you never want to see. But you, as you mentioned, you recovered very well, and you did an awesome job.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Norbert, for coming in and speaking to us and sharing a few words. I do have the message that Lucas Murno wants us to read out after he tried to dedicate the race to someone, and then his mic and connection decided that he just didn't want to do it anymore. Lucas writes, I want to dedicate the victory for Filippo Giro, who I made the tribute on the special helmet for the race. He was a reference to me to be better in the Formula cars, and I wanted to make a tribute to a man who is now like a brother to me. And he also wants to shout out all the people who cheered him on. It was really nice seeing people cheering him on for his home race, and it gave him power. That's it, as he comes to end of it. So a nice little message there from Lucas Murno to close out the day with a very nice moment. Let's grab Oscar Soltero. I fancy getting Oscar Soltero in first because he did finish on the podium. Oscar, interesting race, couple of incidents all throughout, but overall it's a podium at the end of the day.
It's a podium. I mean, it was a fun race, you know. I did that mistake, of course, everyone saw. Apart from that, the race was very good. And if I am correct, the championship fight in team standings is still on for the last race. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
I'll have to check the maths and all that, but you very well
because
right.
Prem is catching on Optiminal. Optiminal got a 0-0 tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, no problems, Vincent. Zeeuw. Wait, what was the gap? The gap was 13 seconds, 13 points before the race or after the race? That's a good point.
Before.
It was before, yeah. So I think Brem, depending on the penalties that might occur, could be actually overtaking Optiminal for the P3. Yeah, and a great part of it is the points you have brought this year with 2 victories, and besides the 2 victories, 3 podiums.
Yep, it's been a good season, I guess. I hope, if I keep this one, it's gonna be 4 podiums in a row. So I'm happy with how I'm driving.
I really doubt it.
Yeah, I really doubt as well. But let's dream. I guess if I get the 10 seconds, how would I be? P10?
Yeah.
No, P10. P5?
No. You would be
5?
P6.
6?
Yeah, you would be behind Micah by 3/10.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
Yeah, well then, but I don't know. I mean, I tried to avoid it. Yeah, no way. Nowhere I could go once I braked.
Yeah, well, you did your best trying to brake straight. It's the only way you can stop the Monster car.
If that wall, I have a wall to the right side of the road there, so I cannot go. And it's not like I can steer right and that's it, because I would have done that, but yeah, I don't know. I try to avoid it.
Well, yeah. Still, the championship's on and you got a podium. You must be pretty happy, Oscar, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, from my performance, I'm happy. Apart from that exact braking zone where that exact first corner, lap 10, I think it was. Apart from that, I'm very happy with the whole season. And yeah, I hope, especially this last couple of rounds, I couldn't practice as much, and still the pace was there, so I'm happy with that, and I hope we can fight for another podium, maybe, or another good result in the last race.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Oscar, thank you very much for talking to us. We'll see you in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, good night, guys. Bye-bye.
See you later, man. Great to speak there to Oscar Soltero, our third place finisher on the road as it stands. Let's now get 4th place on the road. Harry Smith, who may have a couple... Not Harry Smith, David Firedock, should I say, who may have some different things to say about that race. David, wow, great performance. It just got a bit chaotic there at some moments.
Nah, it was fine.
No, it was fine. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, talk us through the race from your perspective.
Well, usual story for quali. I told you beforehand what my PB was, and as usual, I don't hit it, which changes the whole race. From there, I think my strategy would have worked, but I was too far back after the first pit stops to make any ground with the tyres. Because the first stint, I lost the train to the top 2, but once I got into P3, I started the game back some time. I think it was like 4/10 a lap, maybe 3/4 a lap. I can't remember now. And I was only a few seconds behind going in the first stint, but then, yeah, I don't know why. I think I gave myself too much to do in the second stint, and like used too much tyre. And yeah, and it was just a quiet race then, trying to break the DRS to Harry to try and protect that position once he did a second stop. And then, who was the guy I was racing last lap?
Oscar.
Soltero.
Yeah, so he was catching near the end. And I had loads of push to pass left, but I think the move was my fault. He said, don't worry about it, it's a racing incident. To me anyway, I don't know what he said to you guys, but he said just don't worry about it. But I think what I was planning to do was hang the outside a bit and then tuck in for the DRS, but I got pinched a little bit on the curb and I ended up going round. So I don't know what it cost him or if it cost him anything. But yeah, it's just very frustrating because I had plenty of pace this time. I felt really good. If I did a 2-stop, I think I would have definitely got a podium. But yeah, the 1-stop, I just didn't have pace on the hards.
No, fair enough. Oh, sorry, Carlos.
I wanted to mention from the broadcast perspective, it looked like a race incident unless you take a ruler and you measure how many millimeters it's each other pushing. So yeah, I guess it's a racing incident. There's not much to be said there. Yeah, I think from your perspective, the fact that you maybe didn't have someone to drag you in the middle stint and you were leading your own charge, it's what didn't help you with the tires. So do you think a 2-stop was factually faster overall than a 1-stop tonight, as we saw the 1-stop as a winning strategy?
Yeah, not for me. I don't know why, but my pace was just really bad on the hards. I don't know if it's the setup or just... I think it's the first time I used those tyres all season, obviously, because I missed most of the season. I didn't want to overdrive them, and then at points I was overdriving them. So like let them chill out a bit for a few laps, and then once I saw the guy in P4 catching, I had a push again, but I couldn't push because there was just nothing on them. But yeah, for other people, yeah, they got more experience on it. But for me, 2-stop would have definitely been faster. I had really good pace on the softs. The mediums weren't too different from testing, so it should have been soft, medium, soft, I think, for a podium.
No, that's fair enough. Well, still, David, a strong race from yourself. One more to go. Let's see how you get on. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers.
Great to hear there from David Fidock. Finally, let's quickly drag Harry Smith into the commentary box and have a few words with the man, the myth, the legend himself. Harry, yeah, talk us through the race. Interesting, that one.
Thank you. I mean, to start off, I made it further than I did last year here, so that's nice to get out of second gear. But yeah, in terms of, all things considered, it was an okay result. We haven't lost too much ground in the constructors, but in terms of what it could have been, I think it could have been a lot better. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Still though, solid result for yourself. There was some nice racing going on out there. How are we looking going into the final round of the season? Feeling confident? Maybe finally get on the top step?
No, not feeling confident at all, really, to be honest. Abu Dhabi, the last time, it's my singular worst performance. I've raced there once, and it was my singular worst performance in sim racing. So we've got work to do. But the other track where I thought I had work to do was Hungary, and that's where I got my podium. So we'll see what happens. I know I had some factors going into this race, which meant I couldn't practice as much as what I wanted to because my PC died pretty much for the most of last week, and I had to run around trying to fix it, and didn't even know if I was going to even be able to race this time like a week ago. So to even be on the grid is a positive. Being completely honest, if we repeat today's result in Abu Dhabi, we still win the constructors. So if we do that, then there isn't much to complain about.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Carlos, any questions there for Harry Smith?
You said the race could have been better. What did influence to not go as good as you expected?
Well, in turn 4 on the first lap, I had incredibly minor contact with Micah, and from then on I had dark blue rear pretty much, and the car was... the drivability wasn't difficult, but I think I was lacking at least 2/10, and looking at the race time and where I know I can be relative to Jose, I think definitely a few positions higher was on the cards. I feel I also made a mistake staying out too long in the middle stint as well. I had DRS from David and was sort of like, okay, I could chill a bit here, and then because I stayed out so long, maybe I should have gone on the softs, but I don't think that would have gained me a position, to be honest. But if buts and maybes, and we can only work harder for the next round anyway, so it's done now. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just focus on what we can focus on, and hopefully bring home the constructors in Abu Dhabi.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Harry, great job out there tonight. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, guys.
Great to speak to Harry Smith, and that is all that we've got time for with our interviews, and that is all that we've got time for the penultimate round of the 2025 GPVWC Superlights Championship. What a brilliant race that was, Carlos. Absolutely chaotic, and somehow Lucas Murno won at the end of it.
Yeah, at the end he won it. It was very hectic with a lot of tactics around between different strategies, different approaches from the race, different setups, different wing levels. And yeah, let's see what Abu Dhabi brings on. Can't remember which tires they're gonna use. I think it's like the C4, C3, C2. I'm not sure entirely about that. But yeah, downforce levels, it should... wait, hold up. Actually, it's a C5, C4, C3. So it's gonna be at least a two-stopper, at very least, with a lot of nursing, as you love and see. I think someone did it wrong. It should be the opposite, right? The tires we use today in Abu Dhabi and so on. But yeah, it's gonna be more straightforward towards the downforce levels, but it's gonna be way more technical, and the driver will ultimately make the difference, and that will be who takes the Constructors' Championship.
Absolutely. It is all to play for in the Constructors. That's it, though, this week for Superlights. Of course, the Super League boys, they'll be out on Thursday night, showing the world what they can do. But we'll be back for the final time this year in 2 weeks' time when we head to Abu Dhabi. We'll see you then.